Have you ever had the feeling that there's something they're not telling you about wealth and prosperity? If you found this video, it wasn't by accident. There is an ancient code that was never taught in churches, schools, or finance books. Not because it's false, but because it works too fast. Today, in just a few minutes, you're going to activate this code. And after that, your relationship with money will never be the same. This is not motivation. It's not positive thinking. And it's definitely not luck. This code was used by ancient sages, desert merchants, and people who understood one simple truth: abundance responds to command, not to begging. If you stay until the end, you'll understand why. Before we continue, do something simple. Click like now. This isn't for the algorithm, it's to align intention with action. And write in the comments, without overthinking it, I am ready to receive. When you declare it, the process begins. The biggest mistake you were taught is believing that money comes from excessive effort, luck, or constant suffering. From an early age, you were told that you had to struggle, sacrifice, and lose your peace in order to deserve prosperity. Without realizing it, you associated abundance with burden, guilt, and exhaustion. But that logic was never a law of the universe. It was only conditioning. The truth is different, and it's simple. Money is a consequence of alignment. It doesn't respond to those who suffer more. It responds to those who are internally aligned. Just as gravity doesn't choose who to pull, abundance doesn't choose who deserves it. It responds to those who consistently emit the correct frequency. When your mind is in scarcity, even opportunities go unnoticed. When your identity is misaligned, even gains dissipate. This isn't punishment, it's energetic coherence. The universe simply reflects the internal state of the one receiving. That's why the shift begins here. Not by convincing anyone. Not by fighting the world. But by adjusting the internal point from which you operate. It's not about working more or less. It's about stopping the push and starting to allow. And that's exactly what we're going to adjust now. Take one deep breath. Just one. And as you exhale, relax your shoulders, your jaw, the center of your chest. Don't force anything. Simply allow the body to follow the mind. As you listen to me, imagine a door that has been closed for a long time. You don't know exactly when it closed. You simply got used to seeing it that way. What matters now is realizing that you don't need to push it. You don't need force, strategy, or insistence. This door doesn't open through pressure. It opens through alignment. Watch it in your mind. It begins to move on its own. Slowly. Silently. Without resistance. The less you try to control it, the more natural the movement becomes. If, in this moment, you feel a gentle warmth in your chest, a tingling in your hands, a soft chill, or an unfamiliar calm, don't interrupt it. Don't analyze it. Don't question it. This isn't something supernatural. It's simply your nervous system leaving scarcity mode, where everything is urgency, fear, and defense. Your body learns before the mind. And when the body understands there is no threat, it allows receiving. Stay here. A few seconds are enough to change an entire pattern. Now, without effort, and without saying anything out loud if you don't want to, simply allow these words to pass through you. Not as desire, but as recognition. I do not chase money. I become the place where it stays. What comes to me comes to grow, not to leave. I am a point of convergence for opportunities. Feel the weight of these statements. They ask for nothing. They affirm a state. When you stop seeing yourself as someone who chases, begs, or runs after money, something automatically shifts in the way the world responds to you. These words are not poetry. They are internal instructions. They reorganize small decisions, subtle perceptions, daily choices that, when added together, create a new financial outcome. Abundance does not begin in the bank. It begins in identity. When you become a safe, stable, and coherent place, money recognizes it. It flows where there is direction. It stays where there is structure. It multiplies where it is not internally rejected. Don't force belief. Simply allow yourself to consider it. That alone is enough to begin the change. Now, something important needs to be said clearly. Not every financial struggle began with you. Many patterns are silently inherited. Fear of losing, guilt about earning, a sense of unworthiness, self-sabotage disguised as caution. These patterns didn't exist because someone failed. They were formed in difficult contexts: survival, real scarcity, protection. But what was useful for past generations does not need to be carried forward. You are not here to repeat stories. You are here to end them. In this moment, you are not fighting these patterns. Fighting keeps them alive. You are closing internal contracts that have already served their purpose, honoring what protected you in the past and releasing what limits you in the present. Everything learned in scarcity stays here. It does not move forward with you. It does not accompany your next decisions. It does not define your future relationship with money. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to compensate for the past. From here on, you choose to operate from awareness, not fear. And that alone completely changes the game. Abundance rarely enters through the door the mind expects. The mind prefers predictability, control, familiar paths. But life doesn't work that way. The greatest breakthroughs almost always arrive from unexpected angles. It comes through casual encounters, simple ideas, invitations that seem too small to matter. It arrives through messages you almost ignore, through opportunities that appear outside the original plan. While the mind questions, the attentive recognize. From today on, you begin to notice these doors. Not because the world has changed, but because your perception has expanded. What once went unnoticed now stands out. What once seemed irrelevant now makes sense. Abundance is not a single event. It is a flow that reveals itself to those who are available. And availability is not anxiety, it is presence. If this resonates with you, write in the comments now, simply, "I recognize opportunities." This gesture is not for the video. It's to align intention with action. When you declare, your mind begins to look. And those who look, find. Receiving is only half of the process. The other half is sustaining. There's no point in opening doors if there is no structure to hold what comes in. That's why the focus now turns to stability. Imagine your financial life surrounded by a firm, quiet, reliable structure. It's not rigidity, it's foundation. Nothing leaks. Nothing is lost through carelessness. What enters finds direction. What grows finds support. You no longer live in a constant state of alert, waiting for the next setback. That ongoing tension drains energy and creates reactive decisions. From here on, you operate at a different pace, one where planning, clarity, and calm coexist. Stability is not stagnation. It is the fertile ground where growth happens without fear. When the foundation is solid, you don't need to grip money tightly. It stays because it makes sense to stay. Feel the difference. It's not euphoria. It's security. And security is one of the clearest signs of alignment with real, lasting abundance. Now, repeat the command. I authorize the resources that are already on their way to come closer. I authorize fast, clear, and sustainable solutions. What is mine finds me at the right time. Don't force images. Just allow. In the next few hours or days, something will happen. Maybe it will be small. Maybe it will be quiet. But it will be different from the old pattern. When you notice it, come back here and leave your comment. Your testimony activates the process for others and strengthens your own. If you felt that something shifted, don't interrupt this state. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here you won't find empty promises, only real adjustments. Stay in peace. Abundance responds to those who are ready.